There it is, 173,978. It's doing very well. I don't have any issues. It's perfect. So like I said, I'm going to just do the service before snow comes. It's best to do it before snow comes. So let's go start doing the job. So here are the rear wheels here. So I'm going to do that and then also change the tires. I think these are finished now because these are snow tires and I've used them throughout the year, so it's time for them to go. Okay, so first thing is first, we just have to take these covers off. Actually, I'm not going to put these covers back on. I'm going to paint the wheels black, and that's it. You're taking out the rear brake pads and discs, so the handbrake has to be down, okay? So I just wanted to say this because some people who are learning, they wouldn't know that. I didn't know that when I started. Also, because we're going to be pushing back the pistons, it's best to open this, okay, for brake fluid, because the brake fluid will be coming back this way, okay? So just open it, leave it just like that, so that as you push it in, brake fluid easily come back. Okay. Right, the car is jacked. As you can see, I always put the jack and that. I don't have jack stands because they tend to slip sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes. This will not slip, stays like that. If the jack fails, this will hold the car. If that fails, the jack will hold the car. So here we are. We're going to remove this. As you can see, it's oily. So we're going to remove that. Remove the disc. And these discs are built in with the bearing. So you open this cap here and there's a bolt and there you remove it. But first of all, let's remove the caliper and the parts. As you can see, they're very, very tiny. Look, absolutely finished. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now, if you don't know how to do this, you remove this bolt here. Another one is at the bottom there. Okay, there's another one here, there. And this one, okay, then the caliper will come out. The bracket that holds the caliper, there is this one here, and no, there's this one here. Okay, let's turn the camera. There's this one here, and there's another one at the bottom. So you remove this one and the one at the bottom. The caliper and the bracket will be out, okay? Then we will wind back the piston here. All that will be shown, okay? I cannot film and do the job at the same time because I don't have a tripod and I don't have anyone to hold the camera for me. So it is these two, this one and the one at the bottom, the caliper comes out. And then for the brackets, just like that, okay? Right, there is the caliper, it's out, and this is the bracket that holds the caliper. You can see how thin these parts are. They're absolutely finished. So I'm gonna put this on one side and we will clean it later because we have to remove this. So the tools, you need 13 for these. They hold the caliper to the bracket. They hold the caliper to the bracket, these 13 mil. Then you need Torx, okay, that holds the bracket. Torx, this is the size, it's right here. There it is, T50 or T50, something like that. So now I'm gonna open this cap here. There's a bolt and nut in there that will remove the disc. Right, there is the cap that covers here. There is the nut, it's locked, so you hammer this with a screwdriver to unlock it. I think it's socket 35 because this 36 is a little bit loose, or 35 and a half, I don't know. It feels a little bit loose. There it is, out. This is 173,000 miles this has done. Okay, so it's done fantastic. Okay, so now I'm going to get a new one, and there's this thing here, so I think it touches somewhere here, or it sends us the I don't know, the brakes or something. I'm not sure what it does. Okay, so the new disc is coming in. Right, the new one is in. All I'm doing is now tightening this nut and then locking it. Okay, I'm just gonna push it in, tighten it, and then wind the caliper back. Okay, right, done. I locked it again here. I only hit it here just because it was so tight. I hit it here so hard with the chisel, one of these, just a little bit here, once, so that it kind of moves a little bit. So then I unscrew it. Other than that, it's so tight, it might twist your tools and all that stuff. So now it's done. I'm going to push back the piston here using one of these, okay. Right, this is how you put the tool in here. Okay, you put it like this, all right, and then you turn it clockwise. As you turn it clockwise, the piston in there, that piston there, it will go back in there until it's fully gone in there. Then you put the brake pads. Okay, so I'm afraid again it's something that I cannot film and do at the same time. This is the best I can do. This is how the tool is. Okay, so you turn this that way. Okay, you keep on turning it this way. You hold it with one hand, and then the other hand keep turning it this way. As you turn it, the piston goes back. Right, as you can see there, the piston has fully gone in. Okay, so it's time to put the bracket back in. This bracket, clean it first, and then put it in there. Okay, there you have it, guys. Ready, done. Caliper in, new parts, new disc. So all I have to do is now tap this close. Okay, right, now it's time to remove the shock. So there are 2 bolts there. Okay, remove this cover. There's some tabs and Allen key or Torx screws here. You remove them, and then you remove all this cover here. Okay, there's another tab there. You have to, it's like a clip, you pull them out. Okay, then the cover comes out. Remove these 2 first, then remove the one at the bottom after. If you remove this one at the bottom first, as you remove this, the shock just falls down. Okay, so I'm going to get a jack to lift this up a little bit to remove the tension from the shock, then remove all this. Now, because of my lack of tools, that Torx screw there is damaged, so it wouldn't come out. So but I think I can still remove that bolt and then that one over there for the shocks. So I'll just go ahead. This is 16 mil. All right, it's out. Here it is. So I just have to remove the top holder, this, then put a new shock, then go to do the other side. Okay, so now the nut and bolt that holds the shock at the bottom, this side is 13 mil, This side, the socket is between 15 mil and 16 mil. If you use 16, it's too big. If you use 15, it's too small. So either socket, I don't know what they call them. There it is, 5/8. This one holds much better. Okay. If you use 16 here, okay, this is the bolt and nut. This side is 13. This side is not 16 and it's not 15. It's in between. If you round this, you are in deep trouble. Be careful. So now I'm gonna remove this top bracket here. There's a nut at the top here that you have to remove. Okay, guys, as you can see, it's very dark now. I had big problem with this. Okay, this goes in here and then this goes in here, but it had too much rust. It wouldn't come out. I tried to unscrew it to remove it. It wouldn't. So I had to drill it with a drill bit here so that WD-40 can go in, and then it started moving. So if you are stuck with this, just make a hole on the side here with a drilling machine. You use a metal bit and then you'll make a hole and WD-40 can go in to remove it. It was absolutely rusted. The car has almost 180,000 miles, and this is the first time the shocks are removed. So that's how it is. So I'm gonna put this on the new shock absorber, put back in there. So I think I should call it the day. Right, as you can see here, the ABS sensor ripped all this. The other side was okay, but on this side it was touching and I didn't notice. So all I have to do is buy another ring and scrape this one out, then put a new one. At the moment I've put the old disc brake, and so that's how it is. It needs a, so when you put this inside, you have to look through these holes to see if the ABS sensor is not touching. If it's touching, you have to remove this and remove the ABS sensor, because it will have a lot of rust. That's why it's touching here. Then you remove it, then adjust it a little bit so that you have about 2 mil gap between the magnetic strip here, this ring, and the ABS sensor. I didn't know that, so I had to learn the hard way. Okay, so that's how it is. And I was very fortunate that the ABS sensor itself did not get damaged, because if it got damaged, then I will have to fix two things, that and the ABS sensor, So the ABS sensor is good because I've put the old one and the fault just disappeared. Okay, so that's how it is. New ring, and then put back the disc, adjust the ABS sensor a little bit backwards so that it doesn't touch this. Okay, bye-bye.